jumping into this topic, I want you to know one important concept first of all. This concept is syllables. I want you to know what a syllable is. I know it's a really common thing to talk about. We've talked about syllables all the time, but I want to make sure that you definitely know the concept because we're going to be using it too much when doing this video. What is a syllable? A syllable is one vowel sound. I'm gonna give you examples for you to understand better. A syllable can also be just the whole word or a tiny part of a more complex or a larger word. For example, with just one syllable, we got the word dog. We got only one vowel sound, which is a dog, and this is the complete word. Now we got here table, each syllable with one vowel sound. So now that you know what a syllable is,
have you ever had a dream that
we can jump into the main topic. I'm gonna give the floor to Adriana, and she's gonna explain you what is word stress.
Hello, this is Adriana Caraballo, and now we're going to talk about stress words. What is a stress word? A stress word is the one that stands out or distinguishes from the other syllables in a word, because its sound is stronger than the others. In phonetic writing, it is represented by a stress mark, as we call it in Spanish, tilde. The syllable with that stress mark is the one we have to make emphasis in. For example, in the word people, when we pronounce it, you can find the difference in the accentuation of each syllable. And that's how we know where the stress vowel is. In this case, the stress word is the first syllable, P. So for that reason, in phonetic writing, we find it with the stress mark. So that's one of the things we have to take into account. The difference we make at pronouncing each syllable of a word, because the one we pronounce is stronger from the others, is the stress one.
Hi everyone, my name is Yuly Tobón. Okay, it is one of the most important pronunciation in English. When you speak English, do other people find it's difficult to understand what is being said?
You hear each recording twice.
If so, you may not be using stress correctly pronouncing words. With the correct stress can make a big difference in your English. Your English will immediately sound clearer and more natural.
Hello, folks, here we go. What I'm going to do here, I'm at 131.
There are four main categories of the words you come across when talking about the Spanish words stress. Okay, sharp words, great words, esdrújula words, and super esdrújula words.
Now let's get into the semantic features of stress. I must say that this is the most important one for me, or the most highlighted for me, and it's just that it helps you to tell the difference between words that are really similar. For example, those three words, photograph, photographer, and photographic. I know they're different in spelling, but they are still quite similar. A really good way to tell the difference is when you know where the stress or the emphasis of each word is. For example, if you're in a conversation and you cannot get to understand every single part of what the other person is saying.
I can't hear you. What are you, in the pool?
And you only get to understand and to hear the two first syllables of the following word.
Photo.
See? Quite simple. And why? Why this is so easy to know what word it was? Because you knew where the stressed syllable was. That's simple. This is one of the semantic features of stress. The second one is that it helps you to do an emphasis of what you're trying to say. In a sentence, for example, don't say increase, say decrease. There are two stress in these sentences. First one is don't say increase, say decrease. The intention here is to do an emphasis on those words, increase and decrease, to know the difference that you don't need to know. You don't have to say increase, but decrease. I don't know if it's quite simple, but we're gonna get to understand better through the video. So let's jump into the rules. Now let's talk about the rules. I want you to know something. It is not gonna be easy to predict when the stress is gonna be. We are gonna give you 9 rules that are gonna help you improve that. But as I tell you, just keep practicing.
Okay, this is the rule number 1. In most words, the accent is on the first syllables. For example, damage.
Let me put it in a language you can understand.
¿Qué significa dañar? Damage. In this case, dam, this is where the sign of the word goes. For example, damage, damage. Rule number 2. When there is a prefix or suffix, the sign will go to the root of the word. For example, interruption. ¿Qué significa interrupción? Interruption, in this part, is the word roof, and ruption is the suffix. Okay, this is rule number 3. When a word begins with the R and E, I and N, P, R, O, or A, usually the first syllables does not have an accent. For example, progressive. ¿Qué significa progresivo? Progressive, in this part, here there is no accent on the first syllable. The correct pronunciation is progressive. Yeah.
Okay, I want you to know what a compound verb is in order to you understand better what this fourth rule is. First of all, what it is. It is a mixture of two verbs, two different verbs. They compound, they mix together to form another verb. For example, we got here become. We got this verb called be, and the other verb come. They go together, they become friends, and now they are. Now they're just one word, one verb. It happens the same with this one. For example, we got over and sleep. Now, if you mix them together, we got this verb called oversleep. Okay, so now that I told you and explained to you what a compound verb is, let's jump into the actual rule. First of all, we know a compound verb is just a mixture of two verbs. All right, two different words that become just one. Now, where this stress is, this is going to be in the second component of the verb. I give you two different examples, right? First one, become. Where the stress is going to be? In the second part. Do you remember the second part? It was come. So the stress is going to be become in the second part and come. The other example, oversleep. The stress or the emphasis is going to be in the second component, which is sleep. So you know where the stress is gonna be. Oversleep. And that's it. Now let's jump into the fifth rule. This is a little bit more complicated than the fourth one, but it's still really easy.
Shut the fuck up!
Okay, the rule says that in a three-syllable adverb, which endings are "ly" or "er," this stress is gonna be in the first syllable. I'm gonna give you examples, all right? With the ending "ly," we got these two examples: usually and normally. This stress is right here. Usually, and normally. With this ending, with ER, we got manager, and this stress is gonna be right here. Manager. And with character, this stress is here, at the beginning of the word. Character. Now this is the fifth rule. I know it looks a little bit more complicated, but it actually, actually, it's real easy. Okay? All right, let's jump into this sixth rule. This is quite simple. I know I'm saying this is simple for everybody, for everyone, but it is. Okay. The rule says that in the numbers with ending on teen, the stress is gonna be in the second syllable. And in the numbers which ending is T or TY, this stress is gonna be in the first syllable. Okay, I'm gonna give you examples. With the words ending, with the numbers ending of teen, we got 14, 15, and 16. You can see here that the apostrophe is right here in the second syllable. This one is the second syllable. This one is the second syllable. And the stress is right here. So this is gonna be in the second syllable. The stress or the emphasis is gonna be here. 15 and 16. Right here with this color. With the number endings of TY, the stress is gonna be in the first syllable. We got here the apostrophe right here in 40, 50, and 60. Right here is the stress or the emphasis when you're pronouncing those words. Now, this is the sixth rule. With the number ending of T, this stress is gonna be in the second syllable. And with ending TY or T, this stress is gonna be in the first syllable. Thank you so much.
Hi, have a good day. I'm Yessenia Hernández, and today I'm gonna talk to you about word stress. Okay. The seventh case is when some words which are similar in their spelling but have a little difference change their stress. Is different the word object as a noun and the same word object as a verb, because in the noun the stress is in the first syllable, object in the noun, and the word as a verb the stress is in the second syllable, object. This happened in most of cases. 8. The words ending in 8 don't change their usual stress. It doesn't matter if the word is a verb, an adjective, or a noun, okay? The stress is the same, but have a change in the last vowel sound. For example, the word appropriate as an adjective have the stress in the first syllable, and the last sound is the short E. And as a verb, appropriate have the stress in the first syllable, but the last vowel sound change. Words ending in graphy, shan, ik, chan, ickle, and ity has the stress before the last syllable. Like here in geography, the stress is in the first syllable, geography, okay? In the word solution, the stress is here, Pacific, explosion, alphabetical, and ability. And that's it. Thank you.